Oh yeah, the weather looks really nice today. Excited to get out and go on an adventure with you guys. Straight ahead is International Drive, where our journey begins today here on the world of Micah. Hi everybody, and welcome to the world of Micah, and welcome to another journey into Disney Florida history. Today we're going to be finding where Roy O. Disney and a few other Disney executives lived and stayed while they were doing the construction for Walt Disney World that opened on October 1st, 1971. We're going to find the original hotel that Disney basically made a handshake deal with the owner and took over to train Disney cast members on how to work at a resort. So when they opened the Polynesian, the Contemporary, they knew exactly what they were doing. And then also, we're going to be finding where Roy O. Disney and Joe Fowler and a few other Disney executives lived. They actually built 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom houses here in Central Florida for them to stay at. That was a quick commute back and forth from the Magic Kingdom property to their house while they were doing construction. We're going to be finding those houses today. We're going to be taking a closer look and diving in to more Disney history here in Central Florida. And you guys are going to get to tag along. So let's take a closer look. Let's take a closer look. You know, it's been quite some time since we've taken an adventure in the vehicle. Looking forward to this. This is going to be fun. So our first destination is going to be a hotel. Now it is currently a Ramada Inn, but back in 1970, when there was pretty much nothing on International Drive. In fact, I want to say this was the only thing on International Drive back in the 1970s, early 1970, the year 1970. It was a Hilton South Inn. But nowadays, it's a Ramada Inn, and right here is the original building that was once the Hilton Inn South. So basically, Disney took over the management for Finley Hamilton. It was kind of a not written deal. It was more of just a handshake, a verbal agreement between Disney and Hamilton. So Disney was going to take over this hotel while they were building Walt Disney World. For 16 months, Roy and his team took over the Hilton South Inn, and they used this location to train their cast members, like I stated earlier, for the training for the Polynesian that was going to be opening, the Contemporary resort that was going to be opening at Walt Disney World. And this is also where the Disney executives stayed while they were doing the construction. And it's pretty wild to think that this was pretty much the only thing here on International Drive. This was the Hilton South Inn. Now this building here is a brand new building, well, newer compared to this side. These rooms are a lot newer here at the Ramada Inn, but this building here, you can tell it has some age to it, especially if you get closer up. This was the hotel that Roy O. Disney, Joe Fowler, and a few other Disney execs took over for 16 months to train and prepare for the opening of Walt Disney World. Mind blown. Not sure if this has any significance, but it says South Tower right here, and this is the old Hilton South building. And it looks as if this is back in the day was the ticket booth here. This is probably where you would go and check in and do your accommodations. As far as I could tell, I mean, it could be used for anything else, but just thinking, that's probably what it was used for. And this is the backside of the resort here. And this is the current view. Not 100% that this lake was here back in the 70s. Now it could have been, but Westgate, the new Universal Resort, the Best Western, and all this over here was not here. But over here is the pool, and this is the former home right here. Crazy. Roy O. Disney was here. So if you or your family ever stay here at the Ramada Inn, the address is 6500 International Drive. If you've ever stayed here or know someone who has stayed here on vacation, That building right there is where Disney got their training. Well, practiced their training for the Polynesian and the contemporary. And my, has this place overgrown with just so much stuff. There's just so much around here. None of this was here back when Joe Fowler and Roy O. Disney were staying over at that resort. Whirly Dome guy and his basketball attire, but not basketball anymore, ball, was not here. And neither was this Disney bargain here at Bargain Planet. I wonder what Roy would think nowadays if he came back over here and saw Mickey next to the Minions and being sold in a store like this. He'd probably think he was on a different planet. Just thinking about that. All right, moving on to the second and final location of our Disney history adventure today. We're heading over to where Roy, Joe Fowler, and a few others built houses. They were 2-bedroom, 2-bath houses. They built these houses for them to stay in, and it led all the way up to the grand opening of Walt Disney World. And then they moved back to California. But let's get over to that destination. None of this was here. Just blows my mind. I think I read somewhere that to get to the hotel, they pretty much had to take a dirt road off the main road. So crazy. And look at that, right over there. New limited time show, Epcot Forever, on that billboard. I just want to know what Roy would have thought to see all this. And right here is the subdivision that they built the houses in. Bay Hill. Right through here. Disney history. Roy and his wife Edna lived here. Can't make this stuff up. The road is closed straight ahead. So what I'm trying to figure out is, can I go a different way? If not, I'm just gonna have to park here and walk to our destination. All right, the gentlemen were nice enough to let me drive down here. So right here at 8922, this was Roy and Edna's house. Right there. That's where Roy O. Disney lived with his wife Edna. Now the homes are 1,490 square feet. Pretty insane. You could see Roy Disney or his wife Edna walking out in the morning and getting their newspaper right there, getting their mail. That's the house. Not sure if anybody occupies it now, but there it is. Now, and right next to it, very closely as you can see, that was Joe Fowler and his wife's house right here. I mean, they were just a hop and a skip away. I'm sure they met right there in the middle of those palm trees many a times, and probably had tons of barbecues and get-togethers in their backyard right there along that lake. But this is the cul-de-sac right here. But these houses right here, Joe Fowler's and his wife's, and then right here, this is Roy O. Disney's house. Gosh, that's so incredible to me. Not gonna stay terribly long because the guys were nice enough to let me come down this road even though I'm not a resident. Sometimes if you just ask, people are nice. If you just tell them what you're doing and you're kind of nice about it, they're pretty accommodating. I mean, those guys really don't know anything about Disney history, you know, or they might, I don't know. But the guy was like, oh yeah, that's fine, just drive down, get your picture, and then take off, no worries. Kind of cool. And the house right up here, either Card Walker or Don Tatum, who were Disney executives, stayed in this house and the one right over here next to it. These two houses were occupied by Card Walker and Don Tatum, but they weren't here permanently. They were just here for a limited time. As you guys can see, they are doing some heavy construction here on this road. These guys were super, super, super accommodating for me to get my video. Woo! Got a little nervous there because thought we drove all the way out here and did all this for nothing, but it worked out. It totally worked out. Well, I think it's time to head out of this neighborhood. Didn't want to overstay my welcome. But some of these houses here are so cool. I mean, it looks nothing like what you would see in Central Florida. I mean, this looks like a typical Central Florida house. But some of these houses have some charm to them, for sure. House kind of reminds me of Ferris Bueller's house. And I love these little ranch-style patio homes. Those are so awesome to me. And this right here, I believe, is not a residence. I believe that is the main office. Looks like something you would see in Epcot, honestly. Let's just see if we can get a closer look here since we're driving. The architecture is definitely 70s. Look at this. This is like offices where you check in to buy or build a house here. Not really a residence, I don't think. Look at that. Those small windows and everything. So 1970s. So awesome. All right, Bay Hill. Thanks for having us. Mission accomplished. And that's where Joe Fowler and Roy O. Disney stayed all the way up until Walt Disney World was open. And actually, Roy Disney watched the opening day celebration that they filmed at Walt Disney World, starring Julie Andrews, and it had a ton of extra celebrity stars, including Bob Hope. He watched that from that house. He watched that special inside that house. Mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. But our journey has come to an end, and now it's time to say goodbye. But if you enjoyed this journey, please give me a big thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, go ahead and click that subscribe button because it's free and it'll keep you updated with my latest video. Also, if you would like to support my channel, please visit my Patreon page at patreon.com/worldofmicah. We're donating $1 a month, can help fund episodes just like this. I had a ton of fun driving around Central Florida today and showing you guys some locations from Disney Florida history. It's a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I put a link in the description box to that opening day special if you guys are curious to watch it and kind of reminisce about the opening of Walt Disney World. Now, I was not here when Walt Disney World opened, but some of you who watch, I'm sure, were around, and you probably haven't seen that opening day special since it aired back in 1971. I'll see you on the next episode of World of Mike, everybody. Until then, stay weird. Goodbye.